All right, hey, business owner moms edition for Time for Success. We've got Fox here.
Yes.
Slash Kayla
Finicaro.
Finicaro.
Yes.
Finicaro.
Fettuccine.
Fettuccine.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to say that so you don't really jack me up.
Oh, headphones.
All right, let's get going. All right. Welcome. This is Time for Success Business Owner Moms Edition. This is Matt Barbie, your host, and this is the show where we dig into what does success mean for you and our guests for their business, for their family, for their life. My name is Matt Barbie again, and I'm a business growth strategist. I love to help business owners create the businesses that give their families the lives that they've always dreamed of. We've got a fun guest today because she has the largest or second largest Twitch community in the world?
In the world, I think we're at least the third largest.
Third largest? Okay, yeah. All right. I know it was pretty high up there. Yeah,
pretty big.
Well, after this show, it's going to be the largest. I think.
Hopefully.
Right. So exactly. Yeah, we're going to get. There's going to be such a rush, right? Because I think you've got an event this weekend, right?
I do.
Okay. Well, we'll get into all that. We're putting the cart before the horse. All right. So first of all, this is Fox.
Hi.
AKA Kayla
Finicaro.
Finicaro, my bad. And so, Fox, please tell the community here a little bit more about your community and your business and who you are.
Sure. So let's see. I guess we could start. I've been yeah, gosh. It all started back in 1990. I started on Twitch about 4 years ago. I got pregnant with my son and we moved out to Scott Air Force Base.
Okay.
And my husband, he got a job out there. And I was like, didn't know anyone out there and got super lonely. And we bought an Xbox One and the Twitch app was on there. And I started watching it and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I can interact with people who play games and do other things.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, I could totally do that. So that's actually kind of how my Twitch story began. Started streaming and then realized, hey, this isn't enough. Streaming is kind of a lonely job. And for me, I really value one-on-one interactions with people. And I wanted some real life friends.
Yeah.
So I started the meetup in 2016. Our first meetup was 70 people, and now it's grown to over 500 apparently in our Discord. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, 70 is pretty good for the first meetup in the first place.
Yeah.
And then 500 is just incredible.
Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard. I mean, us. I feel a lot of our content creators are sort of introverted because. We love to work more creative types, but also the thing that I like about streaming is you can do whatever you want, but you're in a safe space.
Yeah.
You're in front of an audience, but you don't have to be face to face. A lot of us have social anxiety and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Me, I'm an outward butterfly, but I understand that a lot of people do. So yeah, I would love to see our actual attendance grow to 500. Right now we're at 300 for our event. I think it's really encouraging to see, people have talked about their social anxiety and coming out to the events and how coming to these events has helped with that and how we're sort of a really intimate, family and that it's really helped people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, I mean, if it seems that getting involved in the Twitch community is kind of a good bridge to help people to kind of come out of their shell a little bit.
Definitely.
Okay.
I think for us, a lot of the other Twitch meetups, you can pretty much have whatever format you want. Some people do a meetup at a bar or they go to Dave & Buster's and play games. We're really focused on the convention style, which we're so fortunate to have because, it requires a lot of money to have a venue, but we're out at Moonbase Market and they let us we have an event stage, we have a bar to ourselves, we've got private rooms downstairs, so we really just want to take advantage of that space. And I think providing kind of icebreaker activities helps with that. There's space for people to roam, but as people start coming out to these events, you start meeting people. I mean, we all have similar interests, gaming of course. But it gets a lot easier for people to come out and become comfortable with one another.
Right. Well, now gaming is probably part of it now,
Mhm.
but the Twitch community is not just gaming, right?
Right.
I mean, there's other people involved. I mean, artists,
Yeah.
and the whole Bob Ross community.
Oh,
from what I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. I think maybe it was about 2 years ago, Twitch started experimenting with different categories.
Yeah.
I remember the first real big one that everyone was super iffy about was something called social eating.
Okay.
So, like,
All right.
you know, a lot of people stream for long amounts of time, and, like, we're gonna eat a meal. Like, maybe you feel like you just have to sit there, play your game, and eat your meal on camera. And it was weird because Twitch was like, yo, if you're eating, you should probably switch over to social eating. But then it's like, you're going to, like, that category to watch people eat.
Yeah.
So that phased out really quick, but in that expansion, like, a lot of really interesting categories came forth. So really, you can go to Twitch, find anything. I know that there's this really cool community. There's a science community. They talk about NASA. They talk about, like, a lot of really cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Game developers have their own community, so they can, like, build games. Dancing, artists, like, every art form you can find is on Twitch. So it's really expanding and it's becoming all inclusive.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, mutual friend Logan was is trying to pressure me to go and put this show and all that stuff on
You
Twitch
should.
as well. So
You
I'm gonna
definitely should.
I'm gonna have to expand upon
Yeah.
how I do that. So it's gonna take a little bit of a technology jump, but I think it'll be good. So and then you'll allow me to be part of the Twitch community, right?
Yeah, of course.
The conventions.
Yeah, and then you can come and, like, bring your setup and we can do this on stage.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be a blast. Yeah, wouldn't it? So tell me more about this convention, because you have one coming up like Saturday,
Yes.
right? This
Mhm.
Saturday. You
Mhm.
said it's at Moonbase?
Yes, Moonbase
Where's
Market.
that?
It's in Soulard.
Okay.
It's actually at the old Soulard Preservation Hall.
Okay.
So it was an old wedding reception area. So we've
Very
got the private bar, we've got the stage with the PA system.
Yeah.
They actually just built a streaming booth, which is super
Really?
nice. Yeah, and they have
Alright.
fiber internet,
Ooh,
which is nice.
fancy.
Yeah, and they have, like, a conference room upstairs. They have a studio, which hopefully we'll be utilizing in the future to do headshots and stuff like that for the community.
Very cool.
But yeah, we have some exciting segments. We're doing the Toe of Satan challenge.
The what?
So we just got sponsored by this hot sauce company called Saucy Ones, and they're in
Alright.
St. Louis.
All right.
And they told me about this sucker, and this sucker is 9 million Scoville. It's supposed to be the hottest sucker in the world.
It seems like a horrible idea, but continue.
Yeah. So I thought, hey, you guys want to be on stage and, like, do some interviews? Sure, but you, like, have to have the sucker in your mouth for at least 5 minutes. So yeah, we've got signups for that, because we're going to be on the front page of Twitch for 10 hours. So I thought, why not make this interesting? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a hot sauce challenge definitely would spice things up.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't. We have got something, another gross game. I like gross games. I like to make people uncomfortable. That's my thing.
Yeah, and you're going to be on Twitch for 10 hours. You gotta figure some ways to engage people in different ways.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, making them uncomfortable is a favorite pastime of some.
And it's all like, you know, you're consenting to do this. This is a sign up. I'm not telling anyone they have to do this.
No, this should be a family friendly show, but tell me what you're doing, right? Still,
yeah,
it's good. We're good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is it's called Pour Taste.
Okay.
And basically it's a wheel, and you spin the wheel. And you have 6 different drinks. So I went to this shop on the Loop, and it's called Rocket Fizz, and they have these really gross sodas. They have dirt. So I got dirt. I got buffalo wing sauce. I got ranch. I got mustard, grass, and then one called Pimple Pop.
Oh.
And what you do is you pour them out, and then the goal is to get as many tokens as you can. Whenever you spin, you might have to mix some shots together. You might have to drink 2 at the same time, different ones, give someone a drink. It's all soda, but they're supposed to be really, really gross.
Wow. And there's a business that's actually making money off of gross soda.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
People like it, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, we have some really interesting segments. We have Matt from Graphite Labs. He just launched a game on Xbox One and Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
It's called Hive Jump, so he's going to be coming on stage and he's going to be presenting his game.
Is he local then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
We have some really successful local game studios, and I was actually really surprised to see that we have such a tight-knit, successful game dev community.
Yeah.
I actually got into that the same time I started Twitch St. Louis, and like the support from their community has been really incredible. So
wow.
Yeah, they're really, really awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you're gonna have like a variety of things there. So this conference again, it's not just for gamers though. So you've got the fun, cool, gross, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have like areas for like the artists, and are you gonna be featuring people who are just doing a painting and whatnot, or I mean, how does that look?
Yeah, so as far as like our community goes, we don't really have too many artists. We have some graphic artists.
Okay.
But I thought about doing like an artist corner at some point, but you know, there's like a big stigma on Twitch, and a lot of people face you know, a lot of people ask people to do, or artists to do their work for free, which I don't believe in.
Yeah.
So I feel like I wouldn't ask them to like come unless I could pay them. And I hope like something in the future, like maybe, hey, we could have someone come in and maybe do caricatures of like people there or something like that. I feel like that would be beneficial to them, but I just want to make sure, because you know they get asked all the time to like donate their time, or hey, this will give you promotion.
Right.
But it's like you can't make a living off of likes on a post or something like that.
Right. Well, I mean, if they're creating, if they're actually like painting or something like that, I mean, would it? I mean, how is the community in terms of like, okay, so they painted it. And now they're going to sell it, right? I mean, can you then sell your painting there live on the Twitch stream? Hey, I just painted it. You watched me paint it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Now this is for sale. I mean, is that...
Yeah, that's something that we definitely look at.
Interesting.
We're trying to do like a Twitch stream for this one. Our booth... Well, so we're going to be streaming on stage. UGC is coming out and is going to produce it for us. We wanted to do an external booth where people could come and sign up... do just like a streamer rotation, so maybe that's something we could look into for next time.
Interesting, yeah, very cool. Now, so how many kids do you have?
One.
You have one kid, and how old is your child?
He's about to turn 5.
He's about to turn 5, so he's already got his own Twitch stream, right?
Yeah, he's a regular on my stream. He's a regular,
right? Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's actually so good at video games. I feel like he's better than I am. For real. I'm really not that good at video games, but I feel like I'm entertaining, and maybe that's why people hang out. But he's actually really good. I think it'd be cool to maybe have his little YouTube channel or something like that.
Yeah, it was on YouTube,
Yeah, maybe. He starts kindergarten in August.
Wow.
So I kind of want to get him settled into kindergarten first.
Right. So he doesn't have his own Twitch stream.
He's just a guest on mine.
He's just a guest on yours.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's pretty cool. So he's already getting involved with it. He already has some fun with it.
He's obsessed.
Yeah. Does he grasp the concept that there's people out there watching and he's having fun with it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he calls my viewers his buddies.
Oh, nice.
And he's been on the Twitch stream since he was about 6 months old. So
wow.
It's been a really cool experience to go back and look at my Twitch VODs and like see how much he's grown, and like the community can like see, you know, how big he's gotten over the years, and it's crazy that he's getting ready to start kindergarten. Yeah.
Now, when my 13-year-old was a little bit younger, I mean, this was a few years ago, she was wanting to kind of like do her own YouTube channel, and my wife and I were kind of like, well, maybe if we have some sort of focus on like that. But at the same time, there's still all these concerns about like, you know, putting your kids out there, even though they want to do that. I mean, is that ever something that you have to deal with or wrestle with, or are there some best practices for people whose kids they do want to do like a YouTube channel or a Twitch show or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of advice can you give?
So,
folks?
I mean, definitely, I think starting off, I didn't really realize that, you know, like we have to protect our kids' identity. And I didn't know that it's really not like a good practice for people to know. I mean, like unless you're on YouTube, what's that kid, Ryan? Ryan plays games or something like that. Everyone knows his first name.
Yeah.
I kind of wish back then I wouldn't have put my son's first name out there, but I didn't know any better. But like now everyone knows his first name, which is fine. I think you know, to be on Twitch, you have to be at least 13 years old.
Okay.
So he wouldn't be able to have his own account.
Right.
I think the most important thing is just making sure that you're monitoring the content that your kids are watching. Mm-hmm. Number one, like the YouTube Kids app definitely does not do a good job filtering stuff. Yeah. All day long, my son, and I feel like I catch it all, but like sometimes I'll hear inappropriate language from the other room, and I'm like, no, it's hard to monitor, and I think monitoring the content that they watch, and then also monitoring all the content that you put out for them is super, super important. And making sure that you're keeping your kids' identity as safe as you can is really good.
Yeah. So, you know, people can find you on the internet and find your kid's name. I mean, do you have to try to lock down your other social media accounts so that your kid's name's on there, or that people can as easily find like your personal page, or how do you do that in terms of, because I mean, if they figure out who you are, I mean, there's other ways to dig in and find. I mean, right.
I mean, for me, like I just I Google myself a lot to see, you know, if my name comes up anywhere. Sometimes it does. People know my first name, and that's fine. Yeah. I mean, I don't like have anything on there. I guess you can like find some of my old addresses and stuff like that, but really a lot of people on Twitch, they go by different names other than their Twitch handle. Like they'll have like an actual fake name, so when people go like
a stage name kind
of thing. Exactly. I mean, I think that's a really good idea because, you know, you can search all you want, but you're not going to find anything on that person. Right. Fortunately, I haven't had any issues with anything like that.
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think also using Twitter for a lot. Like, so I would say Twitter is the Facebook for Twitch streamers because it allows you to use your stage name or go under a persona, and you don't have to put your personal information on there.
Interesting.
I like to keep that separate from my Facebook.
Yeah.
So like, and also I don't like to add people. I mean, unless I'm really close friends with you and I know like your name and stuff, your real name, I might add you on Facebook. But you have to be careful because if they're friends with someone else, they might be able to see your real name. Yeah. So yeah, I keep like my close knit friends on Facebook, and also I make sure I set everything to private. Right. But yeah, that's. I mean, if someone really wants to find your stuff, they can, unless you do a stage name. So.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, so with this Twitch community, what do you ultimately see for that? Like, where do you want it to go? I mean, you know, how do you define success for the Twitch community? What does that look like?
I think for me, like my greatest happiness comes from helping other people. Okay. A lot of our panels comes down to like educating streamers who want to get better at what they do, growing their own communities. I think it's really important to educate them on best practices, how to use social media the right way, how to effectively market your brand, stuff like that. Just because I like for myself to see other people succeed. I would love to see our community to keep growing, to, I don't know, like we had the idea for this event to be able to offer people free headshots because, you know, that's something really important that you should have because you are your brand. Yeah. I would love to offer maybe workshops for people to help them with stuff like that. I think the headshot things was a really good idea. Hopefully we can do that for next time. But yeah, I want to do everything that we can to make other people successful and help them follow their dreams. I'm not really sure exactly what that looks like yet. I think our growth has been really awesome over the past 2 or 3 years, and I'm really just excited to see what it grows into.
Yeah. So now, as a business owner, you've got your Twitch community, plus you've got your own streaming channel, and you do some gaming on there. Is that kind of what you do?
I do. Okay. I got partnered on Twitch 2 years ago. Yeah. But streaming for me has been really hard. I love streaming, but I love the Twitch St. Louis community more, and really it came down to one or the other because, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and it was just, I realized early on that it was way too much to do everything at the same time. So I sort of sacrificed my own Twitch channel to grow the St. Louis community. My husband was just gone for 7 months in tech school in Texas. So I really didn't stream at all. But, you know, I think that's fine because, you know, I took the time to really develop the Twitch St. Louis community, and I have an amazing team behind me now that really it was really hard to delegate. It was really hard for me to let go, but really it's taken so much of the weight off my shoulders. Now with my son starting kindergarten, I feel like I'm finally in a good place to start streaming in August. So that's the plan, hopefully. So yeah, I'll have time to actually full-time stream and do Twitch St. Louis.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So I guess Twitch St. Louis has been kind of in that startup mode. You're trying to figure out how to delegate things and bring other people in and all that. And so now you're kind of getting to the point where you're freeing up some time and able to focus on some of the other business endeavors, if you will.
Yeah.
Because Twitch is a business, right? I mean, and I think that maybe a lot of people don't understand that. So maybe can you talk to that point a little bit more too?
Sure.
How do you monetize Twitch?
There's a couple of different ways. So Twitch just released their affiliate program. First, it was only open to, they only had the partner program. And the prerequisites for that were super high. It was like you had to have 500 concurrent viewers, you had to have like 10,000 followers on social media, and it was just really hard to get.
Wow.
As Twitch started to grow, they opened up the partnership program to more people. They lowered the requirements. It's still really prestigious and it's hard to get in. But they also released something called the affiliate program. And what that does is you have to have at least 2 concurrent viewers. But with that, whenever someone subscribes to you, like you can now get subscribers. So basically it's a $4.99 subscription button. Unlike YouTube where you just subscribe and basically it's a notification for whenever they release new videos. There's a whole culture around subscribing to people on Twitch which revolves around emotes, which I think is super interesting that Twitch kind of like made this currency system around it. So basically each channel has a specific set of emotes and whenever you subscribe to your channel, you gain access to those for that month. So you get revenue off of that. Twitch also came out with something called bits. So basically you pay, I believe it's 1 cent equals, so if you buy $1, it's like $1.71 gets you 100 bits. And the streamer gets 100% of that. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that.
All right, you heard it here, folks.
Don't quote me on that.
100 for 171.
No, I know that Twitch does take a portion of it. I feel like it's 100 for 100, but I know that they do take a percentage of it. I just can't remember what it is. But yeah, and they also released something called tiers. So now instead of just having a $4.99 tier, they have a $9.99 and a $24.99, which also unlocks other emotes which are more exclusive. So those are all the different ways to make money on Twitch, and a lot of people can make a lot of money off of that.
That's fantastic. So there's a lot of different ways that you can monetize and make Twitch an income stream and create a business off of that. And so it's basically entertainment like anything else, right? So you become an entertainment personality, and I guess you can also make apparel and all that stuff. And because you create a whole persona, right? Right. So do you already have your own apparel, or
Oh gosh, branding is hard. So 2 years ago, right before all of like the 80s cyberpunk synthwave came out, I jumped on it. And I monetized it, and I was like, yeah, no one else is going to do this. And then Blade Runner came out, and then Thor Ragnarok came out, and now anywhere you look on Twitch is all the same thing. I got stuck in something that I thought was brand material, which is actually just an aesthetic, which I learned that you're not really supposed to pick an aesthetic as your brand because I'm no longer unique. So for me, coming back to streaming, I'm completely rebranding.
Interesting.
I don't know what that brand looks like because I'm having a really hard time separating the brand from the aesthetic. But yeah, that's something that I'm going to figure out before August, hopefully.
Interesting. Okay, all right. Well, we're kind of crunched on time. We've got a little bit less than 2 minutes. So just if you can real quick and kind of a nutshell, let everybody know kind of how how you help, your target market, your clients, and how they can find out more information if they potentially wanted to get involved.
Yeah, so you can find more information at www.twitchstlouis.com. We do a lot of, we're looking into doing some workshops, some creator camps for people who are looking to getting into streaming. We also have a Discord with a lot of other streamers in there who are more than happy to help you with any questions you have. It's discord.gg/Twitch St. Louis.
Right.
You can also visit my channel. It's twitch.tv/Foxe. But yeah, our community is super welcoming and inclusive, and literally you can go onto our Discord and like ask any question and someone will get back with you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time today. And, we didn't even jump into a whole bunch of other stuff too. I mean, your story is, extremely compelling about how you've really fought for, because you also had cancer in the past and all that stuff too. And but you got a little bit more in the bio, so I wanted to direct people also on my Facebook page is the bio, Matt Barbie Time for Success there. And definitely check out the Twitch channel, especially if you guys haven't checked out any Twitch before. So this has been Matt Barbie with Time for Success. And thanks again, Foxe, with Twitch St. Louis. And again, if you want to find out any more information about how to take your business and create the business that gives you and your family the life that they've always wanted, please reach out, 314-441-5423. Thanks. Good. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. Good seeing y'all out there.
Hi, Twitch people. Sorry I didn't.
Oh, hi, Twitch people. Oh, yeah. Oh, low battery, but we made it. All right.